here. I will tell you what I've seen, and David's seen much more. What I have seen from the president is he takes in hundreds of opinions and starts to figure out what the ground truth is. And the reason is when you only listen to one or two, every president probably deals with this, you have this information asymmetry problem because you are the president of the United States. And so how do you cut through it? You talk to hundreds and hundreds of people and you triangulate what the truth is. So
yeah. Who was triangulating our current tariffs? Where did that come from?
It's not like he's giving any favor. He's collecting information. That is a good process. You want the most powerful person in the world to get to the ground truth. Go ahead, Larry.
I am all for information gathering. I agree that the Biden administration did not do as good a job as it could have of maintaining relations with the business community. I agree that it's a good idea for there to be quite extensive connection. I am also appalled by the half dozen phone calls I have gotten from prominent people in business who have said, I'm used to being shaken down when I try to do business in some parts of the world. It's a new experience to be shaken down by representatives of the President of the United States.
What's the shakedown?
And when you have...
Fuck you. What a fucking moron, dude. God, I hate these fucking people. Ugh.
Close connections. You help us. You contribute this way. You
that makes
do
no
this.
sense at all.
Makes no sense,
What
Larry.
the president has been trying to do is encourage domestic investment.
Maybe it is an erroneous perception to which I have been exposed repeatedly. But it is a pervasive.
Total nonsense.
You guys are very confident that your anecdotes are true and everybody else's aren't.
Yeah.
It is a perception that is shared by almost everyone who has experience in the conflict of interest area, who has looked at the situation of Trump administration officials and those working as special government employees in the Trump administration.
What are you saying? Because I just went through that whole process, Larry.
It
what
may
does that
all
mean?
be false, but
I can speak to this because I just went through this process. It took forever. It took like months. Okay. I went through the same process everyone else goes through. The OGE career staff have to go through all of your disclosures and they figure out what the conflicts are, and then you have to divest them. Okay. It's the same process everyone goes through. So you're all over the place making all sorts of accusations here. So if you have some proof or you want to accuse someone, then why don't you just do it? But otherwise, what you're saying is just not true. It's not backed up by anything.
Great. They shook down Eric Adams. That's a direct accusation that happened in public. They shook down Eric Adams because he put him in his pocket. That's a big deal, y'all.
Oh, dude, Ezra just got fucking obliterated. Oh, he just got fucking annihilated. He did the secret strategy. He did the thing. I give debate lessons to all sides here, okay? MAGA, this is your killer argument, okay? He just brought up something that you can't pivot out of. You can't post hoc rationalize. There's no way to back and forth on it. And you seem like you're fucked, but there's always a way out, okay? And the secret way out is always to just say, I don't know anything about that.
That's a direct accusation that happened in public. They shook down Eric Adams because he put him in his pocket.
I don't know.
That's a big deal, y'all. Like, that is the way they are doing business here.
You guys are all over the map making wild accusations.
Oh my God, dude. You asked him, and look at the pattern. Look at how this conversation just went, right? He said, if you want to make a specific accusation, then make one. Oh, okay. Eric Adams was absolutely open corruption. Yeah. I don't know anything about that, and you're all over the map now, bro. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're everywhere right now, bro. Eric, who? What?
First it was...
There have been a variety of OGE resignations because of their discomfort with being overruled by your colleagues in the Trump administration. So the suggestion that you have been held to the same ethical standards that I was held and that other members of previous administrations, including the Bush administration, were held, unfortunately is not right.
No, that's false.
All right, well, there's two issues here.
You may not be familiar.
Told you, Eric Adams will be the next mayor of New York City. Here's why he won.
Ways from this. Number one, crime is the issue that I've been
tweeted from David Sachs. Huh. Maybe he forgot who he was.
Been saying on this pod that it is for at least 6 months. It is the number one issue when people do not feel safe in their homes and in their neighborhoods. Nothing else matters. And here comes this really underdog candidate. He's only a former cop. He still carries a gun. I mean, he is hacking. And that sent a message to the electorate. I'm going to be tough on crime. I'm not standing for defunding the police and deprosecution and decarceration, which are the hobby horses right now in the progressive left. I'm going to protect you and the city and the voters. We're eating it up, even in the Democratic Party. Number two, it showed how out of touch these sort of progressives, and I'd say predominantly white, are with the constituencies they claim to represent. The mostly black and Latino neighborhoods who voted in large numbers for Eric Adams were having none of this sort of elite, woke, progressive thinking around decarceration. They are interested in real solutions for the problems that they see, not engaging in this sort of like socialism. The final point that I think the Eric Adams win represents is that Twitter is not real life. Eric Adams has 14,000 Twitter followers. Yang has 2 million. Okay, Yang came in fourth. Eric Adams had another great quote, I think, on election night. He said, social media does not pick a candidate. People on social security pick a candidate. And so here's the thing is I think we all are distorted in our thinking based on what this very loud, but ultimately small number of voices on social media says. I think the Eric Adams win is a watershed because it shows the emperor wears no clothes. These very loud, progressive, woke voices ultimately do not have that many supporters, and all people have to do is stop listening to them. And we've just seen that Eric...
Crazy. Who is that? Who's Eric Adams? What? Because they know, and remember when he says that, what he's saying is that I know that the actions of the administration regarding this are indefensible. I actually can't even invent a reason why it would be defensible. So you just pretend to not know. There's no fucking idea.
We're talking about two different
I
things.
had to divest. Hold on, I had to divest a lot, as I talked about on the show.
Yes,
in any event, you guys are all over the map making wild accusations. 2 seconds ago, the shakedown was at the level of companies. Then all of a sudden, it was OGE and ethics. Then it was something about Eric Adams. You guys are just making shit up.
Nobody's making. I like that you're like, who's Eric Adams? We're not making.
No, I know who Eric Adams is. I supported him on this show.
It's a
I know who he is.
straightforward way that Trump does business at every level at which he operates. That's what is happening at
Can I give
every
you my
level of his
personal experience,
administration.
Ezra? I know you don't want to hear it, but
no, it's not that I. It's
no.
not that I
We
don't
don't
want to.
want to
You know how it started?
I don't want to hear it.
You know how this started is because Ezra quoted. Hold on a second, Ezra. You misquoted something Jamal said on another podcast, where all he said was that I can get my phone calls returned by this White House. Where
That's not all he said. He said that he can make phone calls to the White House and that he can petition on behalf of his fucking friends to get them reprieve from tariffs. That's called corruption. That's just corruption. It's like that's the most lefty, tanky, straw-manned version of lobbying, except it actually is happening now. That's what that is.
I couldn't with Obama or Biden, even though I was a big donor. Hold on. And you guys have somehow morphed that into some sort of like broad-ranging accusations of corruption or something like that.
I think
where
I'm
you
being
have no
very
evidence, no
clear
proof.
about what the accusation of
No,
the
you
way
weren't.
Donald Trump works is.
Ezra, your accusation of me tried to infer some form of corruption or some form of deal making. None of that happened. Again, I'll tell you, I connected the White House so they could hear on the ground what's happening from a company who was very negatively impacted by the tariffs, so that they had the complexion of that feedback as well. Okay.
Do you deny the possibility that your experience with the Trump administration might be different than people who they feel are less allied to them than you are?
Ezra, I'm willing
It's a
to.
straightforward question.
What
Are
I'm
you
trying
sure
to-
that you're a good sample?
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Oh my God. They're retards, dude. Why? But somebody asked yesterday about how I would feel about a technocracy or whatever. Dude, it just doesn't work, I guess. I don't understand how people's intelligence can be so narrowly confined to one particular subject and you can actually be so fucking retarded everywhere else. What the fuck? And what's more, people can't see it. I don't know what we're talking about right now. Why the fuck are you even on this show, you fucking retard? Bring in another co-host for today. If you're not equipped to talk about literally any of the issues that are at, like, play here, then bring in somebody else that actually can have the fucking discussion. Sorry.
All
I think
Jamal
what we're
said is
talking
that
about
this
right
White
now
House
is that
listens,
people
which
who
it does.
donate to politicians have unique access to politicians. I think we can all agree
That's not
the
true.
case.
not
Okay, just
the
to be
point.
very clear, I have given.
He just said, who gave that? No, he literally just said, your co-host just said, no, I donated to Obama and I didn't get the corrupt access that I wanted. So no, that's not true.